When you manage your business data in an Excel workbook, it's likely that some worksheets will contain data that you might consider sensitive. For example, in the superhide workbook, which I'll use as my example, and which you can find in the Chapter 1 folder of your exercise files archive, I have two worksheets. The first one is total sales, and that one just contains sales data for each of 5 departments, and it's probably not a big deal. Most likely everyone in the sales department would be able to have access to that information. What you might not want them to have access to, though, is the sales by rep worksheet, which contains individual sales statistics. Now, you can always hide a worksheet by right-clicking its Sheet tab and then clicking Hide. Doing so removes its tab from the tab bar, and there's no indication of it in the body of the worksheet. The problem is that someone who knows how to hide a worksheet can simply right-click any existing sheet tab, and there always must be one, then click Unhide, see that there is a sheet named Sales by Rep, think, oh, that's interesting, click OK, and now they have access to the data. The question is then, how do you stop someone from using this technique to unhide a hidden worksheet? Well, for that, we need to go to the Visual Basic Editor. You don't need to do any programming, but there is a property that you can set there, and I'll show you how to do that now. To display the Visual Basic Editor, you press Alt F11. So hold down the Alt key and press F11. Doing so displays the Visual Basic Editor. What you want to do is look in the Project window, which is up here, and depending upon the number of workbooks or the number of other Office applications that are open, it'll most likely be more crowded than it is because I just have the single workbook open. What you want to look for is the name of your workbook, in this case superhide, and then look for the name of the sheet that you want to hide, and that is Sales by Rep. Go ahead and click that, and doing so displays that sheet's properties here in the Properties window. Now you can go all the way down to the bottom, where you have the visible property, and when you click it, as I did before, the down arrow will appear, and you can select one of 3 property values. Those are -1 for the sheet being visible, 0 for the sheet being hidden, what I showed you when I was using the regular Excel interface, or you can click 2, Sheet Very Hidden. So I'll go ahead and click that. And you might have noticed that the properties changed. So it went to Sheet 1, and you can see the Sheet 1 is selected. But if I click Sheet 2 again, up in the object list, then you'll see that the visible property is set to 2, which is Sheet Very Hidden. Now I can press Alt F11 again to go back to the main Excel program. And you can see that the Sales by Rep Sheets tab doesn't appear on the tab bar. And if I right-click Total Sales, you notice that Unhide is grayed out. So there's no way for me to use the user interface, or at least this technique, to unhide that worksheet. So I guess the question is, how do you do it? Well, it's very simply just press Alt F11 to go back into the Visual Basic Editor, click Sheet 2, and then change the visible property back to either visible or simply hidden. In this case, I'll make it visible. Press Alt F11 again to go back to the program, and you can see the worksheet is back on the tab bar, ready for use.